What's up everyone, welcome back. Today we're playing Beledros Witherbloom in Historic Brawl. This is a big boy, 7 mana, 5 generic, Golgari, 4/4 Elder Dragon with flying. At the beginning of each upkeep create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with when this creature dies you gain 1 life. And then we can pay 10 life, untap all lands you control, activate only once each turn. You can see what the pest looks like there on the left. So essentially, we don't have any direct synergy with this commander. What we're trying to do is essentially play Golgari, mid-range, and Stompy, right? A lot of creature cards with good effects like Ashaya to make all our creatures lands, Vorinclex, both Vorinclexes, as I said before, Galta, Titan of Industry, just, value creatures, questing beast. But we're also playing a good amount of removal, like Death Sprout and personal favorite, Casualties of War. So it's a mix of like Golgari good stuff as well as Golgari, creatures. I think if we look at the split here, we're running 27 creatures, but we're running even more spells. So, but we'll just say roughly 50-50. It's roughly 50-50 creatures and spells, so kind of a balanced approach. And then our end game payoff is Beledros Witherbloom, so we can play this creature, pay 10 life, and have a whole nother 7 mana to cast whatever else we need to play. So, and then we get the benefit of the upkeep trigger and whatnot. But essentially this is like, it's allowing us to take an extra turn almost, if you think about it, right? We have 7 mana, we play this card, we pay 10 life, we get to play another big threat or another couple big threats, and that's sort of the idea of the deck, is to be like an overwhelming Golgari deck. So let's see if we can get some wins in the queue with this deck. I have an idea to do a different version of this deck later too, which is like a Golgari control deck with the same commander, but today we're just playing good old Golgari mid-range Stompy. I always have a hard time finding Brawl. There we go. And if you like this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. We've grown a lot in the last month. Got over 100 subscribers, which is just awesome. So thank you all for the returning viewers for subscribing. I really appreciate it. It's been really cool to see people like what I'm putting out there and encouraging me to do more of it. So I'm going to keep doing it. And if you like this sort of stuff and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Okay. So we don't have both our colors. We do get to go first. We have ramp, but it's 4 mana ramp. So this is not a good hand, unfortunately. Good cards, just we don't have the mana to support them. So let's mull. This is better. We have 3 lands. Garruk's Uprising's great. We have both of these. And, wow, we have all of our card draw and a removal spell. So let's keep, because we will draw more creatures, inevitably. So let's keep this. Let's just get the black source. Let's not wait on Table Passage, hoping we draw a 3rd, or I guess a 4th land, so that we can play it untapped. Let's just get the black source. We don't have a turn 1 play anyway. So let's just do this. Flighted Halfling. Yep. So permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability. Yeah, so Yark is a powerful deck. It basically doubles ETBs for in Sultai colors. What do we do? I mean, we could make them sack the Halfling, which is pretty good, but we can wait and see what they do. On that trigger, let's do this. So they have to have an instant speed creature or a spell, which looks like they don't. Cool, we do the land. Let's go ahead and play this and play Garruk's Uprising. Now our creatures have trample, and whenever we cast a creature spell with power 4 or greater, we draw a card. So that'll obviously trigger with Beledros. Doesn't trigger off Toski, but that's okay. Toski draws cards. Anyway, Polukranos. Oh damn. Okay, well let's just Polukranos then. Draw a card. Nice. This is a little bit older card. Back in from Theros. It has the escape clause, so it's really hard to get rid of. Okay. They're gonna play the land. We would like to get removal. We have, okay, cool, right on cue. We draw the removal. Let's attack with Polukranos. Let's see if they block. Okay, no blocks. Interesting. We could have played Toski there and drawn a card. That probably would have been good, but I think we got a ramp here. That was why I didn't play Toski. So I think I'll just stick with that game plan. We have enough green. We need a little bit more black. Well, do we? Not really. We'll get more green. Our whole hand is green spells, so why not? We should hold this up for when they play Yarok. End turn. Oh. Okay, they didn't play... They didn't play their commander. Interesting. Pass. Don't really care about this. If we draw a land next turn, that'd be great. Not a land, but that is a good card. Let's play... So what they're trying to do is play Yarok and have a ETB trigger. So why don't we play... Innkeeper. This will help us gain life as well. We'll get the treasure. We can Shigeki. Gain some life. Still hold up Assassin's Trophy. But now we have blockers against them cracking this invasion. End turn. So this turn is basically going to be them playing Yarok and then playing an ETB creature. That's my guess. I mean, they could ramp even more, but then they're like way behind. Yeah, that's to be expected. Okay, next thing they put on the stack. No? Nothing? Really? Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oof. Well, what do we do here? Do we Assassin's Trophy right now? Get out of the way? Or do we wait till they're I don't think there's really any reason to wait on this, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud. Let's just get it out of the way. They might have a way to protect it. Okay. Comes back to the battlefield. Okay, it's a land. That's good. Wiltoski. They can block here if they want. No? We draw 3. We have the ability to cycle it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should hold that for a land. Okay, they get 1 turn of shenanigans. We'll see what they can do with it. They're at 6 life. So... they can attack their invasion and flip it. Titan of Industry. So they get double triggers here. So they're gonna what, create 2. They're gonna gain 5. Okay, so that's why they weren't worried, because they can gain 10 life here, I guess. Yep. Pass. They're gonna attack me. Well, we'll just block the creature trying to flip the invasion. My turn. That's good. So we can play Beledros. We can play Beledros. -10. Then, yeah, I mean, let's just do it. In life. Let's tap this for black. The ability, untap all our lands. Heartless Act. You? Okay. We'll Death Sprout you. Let's go get a black source. Next. Has to attack. We're gonna double block. Done. Okay. There we go. Make a pest. Gain a life. These also gain me life. Okay. They don't replay their commander. One, two, 3, 4, 5, almost 6. Resolve. Moss Viper has Death Touch. Okay. Well, we have a flyer and an indestructible. Resolve. Resolve. So I think next turn or I think this turn we'll see what they do. You can't imagine they're attacking, so let's cycle Thicket, put a card in our graveyard so we can bring back Polukranos. My turn. Make a pest. Gain a life. Draw a card. That's a good land. That's Polukranos. That's a good card too. Can we play it? Oh, we can play it. Sick. Every time we draw a card, we gain a life. Next. What else do we do here? I think we attack with the pest. No. Let's keep it as a blocker. We already have a lot of cards in hand. They have one blue up and they keep reading my card. Okay, so they're going to block the toss key. Doesn't matter, it's indestructible. We're just trying to get the trigger off of it. We gain 2 life. Ooh, that's good. Let's activate ability. Do you? Do you? Trigger, 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 trigger. Into my hand. Okay, let's get untapped lands. Ooh. We can cycle Baron more as well. We can get rid of the Moss Viper as well. Why don't we just do it? Actually, no. Cancel. Cancel. We need to save this for their commander. Yeah. In turn, we'll get rid of a forest. Make a pest. Gain a life. Oh yeah, now they turn into 3/3s because of Tribute to the World Tree. You lose 2. And unless they have a board wipe, it's not looking good. Sure, you can attack with your Moss Viper, that's fine. Okay. So we were gonna on there, depending on how they attacked, you know, block it up, right? We have definitely more than enough blockers. Then we would have on end step cycle Baron more, gain another 2 life with Sheoldred. Next turn we're looking at, you know, a bunch of different things, but Scoot Swarm into, you know, a bunch of lands, into Breach the Multiverse. Yeah. 12/12 Polukranos. I mean, it's somewhere in there was a W. Cool. Well, that was a good test. So I think we did well on the first trial there. I think that game also really showed the importance of having support cards like Garruk's Uprising and Tribute to the World Tree. Things that draw you cards while you do what you're trying to do anyway. It's, you know, without those cards, we would be, our hand would have been a lot more empty. We're playing, what? Whenever creature you control with haste attacks, create a tapped treasure token. Okay, so Jund haste. Okay. This is probably really good against them. So is go for the throat. We don't have a green source. And they get to go first. This is asking a lot of this hand. It's such a good hand, but we just don't have the support for it, so let's mull. It's better. This is just better all around, and we get to keep Ritual of Set, so let's just do this. We still need to draw some lands, but at least we have both our colors. Let's get the tap lane out of the way. Let's reorganize this hand a little bit. Nice. Okay, let's just get you down. And we'll pass. This is a land too, I forgot about that, so. Really? Sure, thank you for putting 0 pressure on me. That was really nice of you. Nah, we're good. I think it's because their whole game plan works around this card. So they're probably going to play their commander, which is fine. We want to... Yeah. Viashino? Is that a creature type? I think we do this because it works right here. Non-token creature. Yep. This card gets harder. Since they're a creature deck, probably this card gets worse and worse as the game goes on. So it's better just get it out of the way. We can make this into a 4/4. I don't know if that's good or not. It's better than not having anything, so I guess we'll just do it. 4/5, sorry, 4/5. 4/5 Trampler is good for 4 mana. They also have no black mana, which is kind of interesting. All Gruul. Goldspan? Okay. That's good. It is a dragon as well, which we get punished for power word kill, but... Nice. Yeah, let's just get the Great Henge down, get our support cards down. We can play Beledros next turn. Let's gain the 2 life. Next. Braid, okay. That sucks, but it does get rid of their 2 treasures, so it's actually okay. They sort of de-ramped themselves to make that play. Raise you, okay. Haste, haste, haste. So we're definitely going to destroy their dragon. Is this also a dragon? No, it's a spirit. So this does kill it. Let's just do this. Yep, we get another treasure. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Let's play you. Pay 3 life just to have power word kill up and pass. We're at 11 life, so we can't be attacking here. The swarm, okay. Let's resolve. So it take 2 damage. Brass. Resolve. What does this do? This is card advantage for them. Man, I really thought this was going to be more relevant, but it wasn't relevant at all. Yeah. We just get rid of this. Hopefully it's a land. It's not, but that works too. I think we're good on our color types, so let's just get a green source. I'm definitely tempted to play this because they could play this. All their creatures have haste. So I feel like I have to play this as a blocker, which is just pathetic, but here we are. They still can't play their commander. They will next turn, but not this turn. We can play Beledros though and start making pests as blockers, which is good. Okay. And they all have trample. Well, I'm glad I put the blocker down. Vorinclex. Is this... Oh, we can't do both, huh? No, we can do this and then ritual, right? No, because we'll kill ourselves. Block. They get an unblock. Yeah, I think we die no matter what. The pre-GG from the opponent, always classy. Yeah, I don't think there's a way out of this. I'm really trying to think. We'll go ahead and mute you. I don't think there's a way out of this. If we play you, we can't do the -10. We can only make a pest. And these all have trample for some reason. We can Ritual of Soot, which destroys these 2, but not this one. Which is, we just don't have enough mana to do both. And they have exactly lethal next turn. Such a bummer. Well, let's just do it. That didn't destroy? Oh, because they're copies? Ah, wrecked. Wrecked. Roll up the land and skip out. No GG. If they'd done 1 GG, I would have GG'd them, but they did like 16, so... I don't need to be nice to people that are not nice to me. So we're 1 for 1 with the deck. That last game, I just feel like I kept the Ritual of Soot, and I thought it would be relevant because I thought they'd have like a lot of like... Usually haste creatures are like low mana cost, usually, but they had like all heavy hitting haste creatures, which I didn't really expect. So the Ritual of Soot basically did nothing. It was just burning a hole in my hand that whole game, and I think that was sort of the difference there. What are we playing? Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target pirate. Okay, so is it artifacts? 1 land hand, easy mull. Much better, but hand kind of blows. I guess we're keeping. Sure, at least they're all untapped mana sources. Okay, well we have our 5 if we get to Elder. I mean, once we get to 5 lands, then our hand is good, but... Okay, I wish that was drawn last turn. So is it like Voltron? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're just chugging along. We literally drew... I thought we'd draw something relevant in our top 5 cards, but I guess not. We're just skipping through this turn, so I'm just gonna... I clicked the button, game. Literally clicked the button. I said auto passing, so why are you asking me to resolve? Uh-huh. What is the point of auto pass if you're going to ask me to resolve each trigger? Silly. Yep, you got a big creature. Okay. There's no stick on the trigger, so that's good. I mean, I was thinking maybe they had a counter spell. We have double green and double black, but let's just get another black source. And I guess we're doing this. They could bounce it back to my hand, I guess. They have something. They also have a treasure. Okay. Bounced. Okay, yeah, it's like a Voltron deck, which is really interesting. Next turn we'll have casualties mana, so we'll just blow it up. Resolve. Yeah, and then, yep. Target artifact. Let's blow this up. Blow this up. Blow that up. If they have a counter spell, it's a wash, so I'll get my... Yep. GG. I mean, you know, it's always a tough decision with what kind of hand to keep. If you have a bad hand, you mull into a slightly better but still awkward hand, because it's a singleton format. There's no like consistency in what you're gonna draw, so it's always kind of a crapshoot. But that was not good. Like, we drew 5 irrelevant spells and or lands, so there's no analysis in that game. It's just bad draws. Golos, okay. Seems weird that we're in the same queue as Golos, but okay. It's an artifact creature, so this is irrelevant. Everything else is good, though. They're gonna take like a couple turns to get to Golos mana, and then we can fight it, so that works for me. We'll keep. They get to go first. I'm already gonna say this is like one of the best commanders, so you know, our chances of winning this game are slim. But if we play our cards right, No pun intended. We could be okay. We drew a land, which is good. We'll take the other land. What is this? Look at the top of your library. If it's land, put it in your hand. Okay. That's not great. It's not like a great target for Go for the Throat. Okay. Maybe they don't have lands in their hand? See what they play. Could be a better mana dork. Okay. Sure. They didn't draw a land. And they didn't activate their creature either, which is weird because they could have used that for this. Sort of strange. Let's get Stomper down. Yeah, you should have done that on your turn, man. That would have been better. Looks like you still whiffed, but I mean... that would have been the better play. Okay. Uh-huh. They're missing black mana. So this is good for Golos too. So we'll hold on to that. Let's Polukranos. Because we can also just fight Golos, since it's a 3/5. If you want to spend your turn killing this instead of playing Golos, I'm totally fine with that. They don't. They're going to get the World Tree so that all their lands are one land of any color. We can Field of Ruin it since they don't have a black source. It's interesting that they got this land right into the Field of Ruin. They don't have a black source. So this puts any land onto the battlefield, right? I think we just kill Golos. I think that's just the better play. It can't do its thing if it's not on the battlefield. Okay. They want to block. Okay. If they play Golos again, we can kill it again. Okay. What does this do? When it dies, choose one. Okay. What is this? Is it 6 or more? Yeah, it is. Okay. Well. Let's start the Scoot Swarm plan. let's hold up these. Yeah, they might want to die here. That's fine. Resolve. They're probably going to search for lands. Yeah. Looks like they are. Okay. Hopefully they got a black source in here. Doesn't look like they did, so that's good for us. If they have a board wipe, we can Heroic Intervention. Okay, landfall, gain life. Uh-huh. Okay, well. We can kill this on our turn if we want. We just need to keep them from spinning the wheel. That's how those games get out of control. So do I have enough to do this? So I could cast it for 1 damage, exile, go for the throat, and that is 3 damage. So that is not enough. Yeah. My turn. Alright. So we can Beledros, -10, kill Golos, attack for a lot. Is this instant speed? It is. This is also instant speed, right? Okay. 5 attackers. Do this. Tap all my lands. Do this for X equals 5. Submit 1. Like this. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Let's hold up Heroic Intervention. I think a board wipe here is kind of the only thing that gets him back in the game. Is it destroy? What did they pay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Or did they have a land come into play on tap? So if the 4 was paid, an opponent chooses up to 2 non-land perms they control, return to the hand. Let's just protect all our stuff. See if they have a counter spell. Okay. Yeah. Mulch. Okay. Oh, that's a great card. Is it artifact or is it just enchantment? It's just enchantment. Okay. Well. Let's go get a green source. Comes into play untapped, which is pretty cool. Make a bunch of scoot swarms. Next, next. Okay, we have lethal next turn. Let's play the first striking death toucher. And we'll see if they have another board wipe. Of course they do. Gain a bunch of life, so that's cool. And we have a bunch of fodder for Polukranos. Silver lining, they can't play Golos. They play Shigeki. Interesting. I wouldn't have done that. Maybe they just are nervous about like a hasty creature. Okay, so we could Beledros and Polukranos, right? I think so. So we know they have 2 lands. They have to have another board wipe, essentially, to get out of this. Okay. So they're going to try to draw their way out of it. These are both sort of dead at this point in the game. They can play Golos, but only as a blocker. Yeah. So, is one of these 3 cards a board wipe? Okay. Azusa. So I think they're going to try to play out their creatures. They're going to play all their lands and Golos. Okay. Resolve. Get a land. And I think that's their turn. Yep. Oh, it's too good. What a draw. GG. Polukranos is so good. It was one of the last cards I added to the deck, and I was just thinking, I was trying to think of like really great Golgari creatures, and somehow I missed this in the original build, and I was like, oh yeah, Polukranos, like that's a really hard card for opponents to deal with, and so I cut some other stuff to include it, and I'm super glad I did. I mean, every game that it came in, it was so hard for the opponent to deal with. Even if they were able to kill it, we could just bring it back. So if you haven't crafted this card, highly recommend it. Alright, so we went 2-2, 2 wins, 2 losses. It's pretty good for a historic Brawl deck. Again, small sample size, so who knows if we played, 50 games, what the actual win-loss rate would be. But, 50-50 for a 4-game sample size is not bad at all. So let's do a deck review. If you're into this style of deck, I think this is a great way to go. I think you guys saw the, firepower of having a a win con slash, you know, sort of turbo engine in the command zone, right? You know, it does take a little bit to get to there, but once you have the mana to play Beledros, it can sort of, you know, support everything else, right? You can play it and then basically untap all your lands and do a whole nother turn. So it's like a Golgari time warp, if you will, right? It's like a Golgari extra turn spell at the cost of 10 life. So, yeah, that's the deck. We didn't get to see some of the cards, but you can imagine how they'd fit in, like Galta, you know, Ashaya, things like that. Return of the Wildspeaker. You know, if we have Polukranos down, we draw 12 cards. Or 6 cards if we play it on the normal side. So yeah, I you know, you can play around with the different cards in here, but I think it's in a pretty good spot. I think it's well balanced with the amount of removal and high value creatures are in it. But even though there's no like direct synergy between them, it's not like they're all tramplers or they're all creatures that kill other creatures like the Chupacabra does. They're all just like good cards. And so in any given game, they're going to be valuable, right? Like Glissa is always a good card. Vorinclex is always a good card. Sheoldred's always a good card. So if you have enough of these layered in here, you're typically going to be able to win games just because the cards themselves are so valuable. And that's kind of what this deck is. It's kind of like Golgari value engine, you know, through creatures. So if you like the video, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Like the video, leave a comment. Tell me if you liked the video, or if there's any other commanders you'd like to see me play. I'm open for suggestions. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Later.